Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Just Arsenal YouTube channel once again. We hope you're enjoying these series. Saw over 1,000 of you watch the last two. That's really good. And yeah, we're back. Myself and Rob. Hello, Rob. What are you saying?
Hello, Alfie. I am well. How are you, son?
I'm phenomenal, actually. Phenomenal.
This is fantastic to hear.
Yeah. However, I'm a bit less phenomenal when I heard about what we're going to be talking about today. Which this is not a video I don't think we wanted to make, but it felt kind of inevitable at some point. Links or rumours circulating today that Manchester City could be interested in signing Bukayo Saka this summer. I think first off, we have to immediately caveat it with the fact that we're obviously in a position where we need to be negotiating a new contract, and I think everyone knows that with 2 years left. And apparently the final year is an option. So, yeah, we all know that's going to be something that is top of Arsenal's priorities this summer. And because of that, stories are going to be leaked or are going to be put out there about him potentially going else, so he can use it elsewhere, so he can use it as leverage to get a move. I think people use the reasoning that players love the club too often as to try and deter the fact that he could leave for a club that's, let's be honest, Manchester City in a much better position than us in terms of competing for major trophies. Like, I do think he has a connection to us. He came through the academy. He supposedly brought up an Arsenal fan. Does that mean he wouldn't be tempted by playing under Pep Guardiola under significantly more money? Who knows? For me, that is the only club he'd go to, as well. Looking at it, I don't see him in, which club could afford him abroad? Maybe PSG, but I just don't see him leaving us for PSG at this moment. I don't think they'd necessarily want him. Also, look at the players he has to compete with. Liverpool in the Premier League, Liverpool, Man City, the only teams I think he would leave us for. I don't think he'd go to, God forbid, Spurs or Chelsea or United in this position. I think it's only City. Rob, give me your thoughts on this, and then we'll sort of take the debate from there, or the discussion.
Well, I agree with you. I think it's a lot of agent talk. It'll be him, sort of his agent, talking to the papers saying, "Oh, Man City hold an interest in my client because he wants his client to be on more money at Arsenal." That is the gist of it. I also think his client will want to be playing Champions League football very soon, and I hope he can be playing that football sooner rather than later, and hopefully at Arsenal. So yeah, it's all about sort of persuading Arsenal to act, first of all, in giving him more money and a better contract, and secondly, encouraging Arsenal to go out and sign good players in the transfer market, so Saka can see that Arteta is continuing to take the club in the right direction, hopefully back towards the Champions League. As for the rumours, I think they make complete sense. We've spoken about many a time on podcasts and on our own YouTube channel, We Love You Arsenal, about the fact that it sort of is a beta Man City that Arteta is trying to create. And there's not many players in the world that Pep Guardiola would be able to just slot into his system and say, "Oh, just do what you're doing at your old club." But he would be able to do exactly that with Bukayo Saka. That sort of left-footed right winger, it's one of the most sort of sought-after positions in world football, especially one which can go both ways because he's so good on his right foot as well. So it makes complete sense, the rumours. I think for now it is just agent talk, but I also think you're right. I think a few years down the line, if we don't see significant improvement at Arsenal, Bukayo Saka wouldn't be reluctant to make that move.
Yeah, I think, as you were saying there, I think you could see him slotting into that sort of Riyad Mahrez role quite comfortably. I think he's staying. I think he'll sign a contract this summer. I don't think we're in too dangerous territory with regards to that. I think it is just about offering him what he wants. And there were another thing they were discussing on Arsenal Vision. So he's on 30k currently, as far as I'm aware. Obviously, we don't definite up. Is that wrong? You don't know, because
I'm not sure, but he signed that extension the same summer that Aubameyang signed.
it was 2 years ago.
So I
He
guess
signed a
because he
4-year
was,
contract, and he
I
had
guess,
been on 3,000, and I
yeah,
think he got
so
a
that would
10
make
time
sense.
increase. So obviously that needs massively, massively upgrading because he's one of the lowest paid players in the squad. People talk about 120, and then they would say that people saying 180 is too much. But when you think about it, if the difference between 120 and 180k a week is 300 grand a year, and it's 1.3 million over 4 years. No, what? Sorry, 1.2 million over 4 years. Spending 1.2 million to keep Bukayo Saka at the club for 4 more years is 100% worth it. Like you can't, or maybe it's 2 more years and then he go. I don't know, but I think it's going to happen, and I think we are probably more in dangerous territory in a couple years. But I think you can look at someone. I don't want to compare us to Aston Villa, but you can look at someone like Jack Grealish, who, okay, obviously Jack Grealish was not where Bukayo Saka is at his age. Grealish was at whatever, you know what I mean. But he can look at it and he can stay at Arsenal. He's 20. He can stay at Arsenal for several more years before, if we're not still not making any sort of concerted, persistent effort to win major honours in 4 or 5 years. And he's made more and more developments, and he's the main man at Arsenal for several years. Maybe then he'll go, okay, I want my Premier League medal, and he'll make the move. But I think for now we're fine. Yeah, I don't really know what else more to say, but yeah, do you want to have any words?
Yeah, and I might just add that Bukayo Saka is probably the best player at Arsenal Football Club right now, bar, I don't know, a proper informed Thomas Partey. So he should really be the best paid player at the club. Not only that, he's sort of the face of the club these days. He's sort of our main star.
Poster boy.
Yeah, they speak on Twitter about these sort of franchise players. He is that player for Arsenal. He's massive. I was discussing yesterday with a couple of my friends about Saka and how I think sort of every Arsenal fan needs a Bukayo Saka shirt, just because he is that sort of iconic player of our time at the moment. He's come through the academy. He's an absolute star this season. He's really added end product to his game. He deserves to be on top money, and he will be being offered that sort of money elsewhere. So Arsenal need to match those demands. And just briefly to return to what we were discussing at the top of the video about this perhaps sort of fabricated nature of the story somewhat. Saka does hold the same agent as Eddie Nketiah and a number of other Arsenal clients that agency group possesses, and they do tend to leak sort of false stories to the media to get Arsenal to hurry up, and annoyingly they also tend to run down contracts right to the very end. So hopefully we don't see that happen with Bukayo.
Absolutely, completely agree, and I'll second that. If you can't tell, I'm absolutely knackered, so I'm gonna call it a day there. I'm literally long day. Subscribe to Just Arsenal. Check out the We Love You Arsenal YouTube channel as well, and our podcasts, and follow Just Arsenal on social media and We Love You Arsenal, and check out Just Arsenal website. And you'll see us on here. So thank you for watching. Any parting words, Rob?
Nothing from me today. Again, thank you for watching, and subscribe, follow, do everything. Show it to your cool uncle, as Daniel Finton would want me to say.
Spreading the Daniel Finton propaganda on Just Arsenal. I love it. Thank you very much, Rob. And yeah, bye.